Good evening and welcome to Sunset News this Friday evening. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather and sports. I am Glen Rashipura. In the news tonight, the much anticipated Nedbank Desert Dash will take place in little over 2 weeks, and Old Mutual Namibia sponsored the first ever all-black team to participate. The team will consist of Vicky Dan, Winnie Mukupi, Sophia Simon and Jackie Shipena. To date, there has never been a full participation of an all-black team in the Nedbank Desert Dash. Now, the Old Mutual Namibia-sponsored team aims to change the status quo and empower fellow female cycling enthusiasts. Let's take a look.
Our main purpose first was to write for inclusivity and representation, but I think now it's bigger than it is. We've received so much media attention that a lot of people are excited about like seeing an all-female team of color take part in the dash. So this adds on to our purpose of writing for representation and writing for inclusivity, and hoping to inspire everybody out there who thinks getting on the bike is challenging. I mean, yeah, it has its challenges, but if you train and prepare for it, you are able to. And I think we're rolling with this ideology for the whole year, and I think it's what inspired us to get up, go training at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. Sometimes we need to ride out to Rehoboth or whatsoever. And yeah, we're doing it for each other, and for every other black girl out there, for Old Mutual. I'm so inspired to be riding for my organization and being out there. And mental fitness, I think once you've decided to do something and set a goal at something, I think that mentality is what keeps you going and keeps you inspired. And I think we're rolling with it. And obviously the pressure is on now with the attention that we've been receiving, but we say bring it on. And I can't wait to write for the girls, because you guys have all been so remarkable, and so it's been a great year riding with you guys, and I can't wait to. I'm so glad last year I didn't get my medal, because it will even mean so much more for me to win it with you guys, because who run the world. Yes. And also to ride for Old Mutual, to ride for my company. It even makes me more proud, because I've got brain pride starting at home in Old Mutual. They say charity starts at home, and nothing would make me more happy than to have a newspaper front page next year, all black girls, Old Mutual, all black girls with a medal. So that's the vision I have, and I think that's the vision that we're going to carry. And let's make this happen. Yes. Yeah.
Dehu Naubeb, Chief Executive Officer of Namibia Tourism Board, explains what the board is doing to improve the Namib Wildlife Resort's accommodation, as well as the service provided by them.
So what is Namibia Tourism Board doing to push or encourage NWR to pull up their socks to give tourists a better experience?
No, that is a valid question. Besides us promoting the tourism as Namibia as a tourism destination, our other function is to regulate the tourism industry, and that we do through having regular inspections on the property to make sure that these facilities are run to good standards. Yes, we had gone and done inspections in Etosha and various properties of NWR. We have issued and shared the report with the managing director. If I'm not speaking under correction, I'm informed that they are busy with renovations, especially in Onkoshi, Halali, I'm told, Ice in the south, and some of them have been closed, and they will only be reopened during the festive season around about 22nd of December. So there are ongoing renovations that are being done, but of course I cannot speak on behalf of NWR in terms of what their plans and strategies are and the financial injection they want to put into the properties, but we have made them, we have consulted them that properties need to be upgraded to provide value for service, and that is what we can do. Unfortunately, in terms of a law that we are currently having as Namibia Tourism Board Act, we are hamstring, we can't close any businesses, not only NWR, no matter whether the private sector businesses that are offering low services, we cannot close them. All we can do is remind them, giving them extension. We can even take them, or we can't even institute any criminal proceedings against them. So we are in the process of amending the bill to empower Namibia Tourism Board, especially our inspectorate department, to be more drastic or take drastic measures when there are limitations in terms of service provisions, especially facilities that are not up to standards.
Since the last examination day for learners in grades 4 to 10 is the 2nd of December, the Ministry of Education announced that the last school and hostel day would also be on that day. Formal communication has been sent to regional and school management for the release of learners. Arrangements should be made for the collection of report cards, the ministry said in a statement. Furthermore, the ministry announced at all national examination, Namibia Senior Secondary Certificate Advanced Subsidiary and the Namibia Senior Secondary Certificate Ordinary Level Grade 11 have concluded. Now the Directorate of Examinations and Assessment will work towards completing the marking and assessment thereof so that results can be released early in January. ANC's Lindiwe Zulu, who is also South Africa's Minister of Social Development, is in Namibia for the SWAPO Congress. Here is what she has to say.
My name is Lindiwe Zulu. I am from South Africa. I am representing the President of the African National Congress, President Cyril Ramaphosa. I'm representing the entire leadership of the African National Congress, but I'm also representing the people of South Africa, because the people of South Africa and the people of Namibia share a lot in common. In particular, during the times of the liberation struggle, we're all in the trenches together. Our expectation as the African National Congress is to make sure that the Congress is successful, as we are also preparing for our own Congress from the 16th of December to the 20th of December. We are here because we have worked together, African National Congress, SWAPO, and all other liberation movements of the region. We worked together in making sure that we remove colonialism, we remove apartheid, but our challenge is now is for us to deliver to our peoples. It is for us to fight poverty, unemployment and inequality, and also make sure that we govern our people in their interest. In particular, we govern our people for the people and not for ourselves.
In our story of the day, we take a look at Mitchell Simata, a farmer who shares why the agricultural sector plays a vital role in Namibia.
The Agenda is a weekly national affairs interview program hosted every Sunday by Namibian Sun editor Toivon Jabela, featuring a panel of high-profile newsmakers, analysts and experts. If you would like to feature your brand or campaign on this platform, contact agenda@synergy.com.na. The Agenda, focused on today's conversation.
Mitchell Simata, a farmer, shares opinions on why the agricultural sector plays a vital role in Namibia and how the Namibian government can assist small-scale farmers.
Now tell us, how is the political climate in Namibia affecting the agricultural sector?
Well, you know, like one politician said, politics is law and law is politics. So, as you know, currently right now, the biggest issue that we're currently experiencing is the court case with the Red Line. That does affect the agricultural sector in terms of the farmers on the northern side do not know, are we going to be making big money from our meat? And farmers on the southern side do not know if the meat market is going to be destroyed. You know, in case of, let's say the Red Line is gone tomorrow, a disease outbreak happens, the entire country is put under lockdown. We can't export meat abroad to the US or to China. So right now, you know, northern guys are rubbing their hands, but southern guys are a bit sweating. So it has really created a division, because when I've spoken to both northern and southern farmers, The northern farmers are saying, come on, let it happen. Southern farmers are saying, no, go create your own meat industry because this is ours. We've worked this thing and we've invested billions in it. For you guys just to come in, I want to be part of it. The risks outweigh the benefits.
The benefits, okay.
You know, so we'll wait and see how that plays out. Fingers crossed, we get something good from it.
Yeah, you know, for both, that will work for both. You know, after all, agriculture is a lucrative business.
Very much.
Now tell me, what can the government do for small-scale farmers?
Well, my opinion, a lot can happen. You know, firstly, funding is a problem for small-scale farmers, particularly farmers in the northern communal areas. They do struggle with getting funding for their projects. And also, enlarging the spaces. You know, if you come from a family of 6 kids and you guys just have 20 hectares, how are you guys going to farm? It becomes a problem. And as I said, funding for the projects, because equipment we utilize in agriculture, like the tractors and so forth, are very expensive. You're talking about the cheapest one is probably 300,000 upwards. And if you are unfortunate that you do not own a townhouse, which you can put up as collateral at the bank, you can't afford this. Yeah, you can try and apply for government tractors, but those take time. You know, they have to plow everybody's fields before they get to you. So making that and probably subsidizing agricultural implements, equipment we utilize, and the seeds. Because these are hella expensive when you go to the shop. 25 kilograms could cost you 400 upwards. So this makes it very difficult, particularly if you don't have that extra revenue income as a farmer. You know, this is why many farmers, I know many people make fun of Namibian farmers because they're weekend farmers. We work during the week, we farm during the weekend. It's to sustain because it's a capital intensive business.
Well, you see, there's this connotation that people have, you know, with farmers and agriculture, that it is for the uneducated. And unfortunately, we have like a population of 2.5 million and about 1.6 million people live in abject poverty. Tell us, why is agriculture and farming such an important sector in a country like Namibia?
Okay, you see, the reason why it's important, it's quite simple. It's your bread and butter issues. Without farmers, in particular our country, if we don't produce enough food, we would not have any food to eat. I always say that, look, without electricity, we can survive a month, we can get alternatives. But without food, that's the day you'll see your grandmother wrestling someone for a bottle of milk in the shop.
Okay, sir.
Because definitely food is what keeps the society going. So the reason why it's so important and the reason why many more people need to get in, but I say it needs to be an informed decision, not just a decision whereby you just wake up and be, I'm going to get into farming. But we need more people to get into it because it's food, it's eating. And it's also making sure that we are a country where we're food secure. Because you look at every time the Namibian Statistic Agency releases the stats, they say the northern regions are a place where people aren't really eating nutritional food. So for me, that's part of the reason, making sure that every Namibian gets to eat a balanced diet and gets to eat healthy food. Because you look at some of the illnesses we're having today, diabetes, high blood pressure, these are illnesses caused by an unhealthy living lifestyle. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I'm also, you know, I'm moving towards, you know, registering an interest in agriculture myself. I want to start farming as well. And I think that we know it's a call for young people to really register an interest in farming because apart from, you know, the elevation of poverty, you know, it's also, like you said, food security is very important. I think there's a global issue now with food security. So I think young people should really start to register an interest, and the government should see and look at ways on how they can help small-scale farmers, you know, farmers, so that we can stand together and bring about the change that we want to see.
In economic news, after the break, we take a look at the looming aggressive interest rate hikes.
Republikeinse kuns- en vermaaklikheidspublikasie Kollig verskyn 1 keer 'n maand in druk en aanlyn. Moet dit nie dan misloop nie. Lees in hierdie publikasie die nuutste oor plaaslike en internasionale kuns, literatuur en persoonlikhede in die bedryf en oor wat op die vermaaklikheidsfront is om jouself en jou familie mee besig te hou.
Getting into our economic news, the last monetary policy announcement for the year 2022 by the Bank of Namibia is expected to take place on the 30th of November. The South African Reserve Bank yesterday announced a 75 basis points increase in the repo rate from 6.25% to 7%. The prime lending in South Africa currently stands at 10.5%. Year to date, the South African Reserve Bank increased the repo rate by 325 basis points. It was recently reported that inflation in South Africa peaked up to 7.6% 7.6% in October 2022 from 7.5% recorded in the previous month. The main contributors to inflation were food and non-alcoholic beverages, which increased 12% on a year-on-year basis, and transport, which was up 17.1%. Let's take a look at our economic indicators. The Namibian dollar trades at 17.12 to the US and 17.76 to the euro. It trades at 20.69 to the pound and 2 Namibian dollars and 38 cents buys yuan Chinese yuan. Zinc is up by 0.40% and Brent crude oil is up by 1.16%, trading at $86 and 33 cents per barrel. After the break, we take a look at our international news.
The My.NA Property Focus page is published every Tuesday in the Markets Watch, which is inserted into the Republican, Namibian Sun, and Allgemeine Zeitung. The My.NA Properties Focus page provides viewers with the best in-class property content, engaging interviews, the latest property news, property-related products and services, including interior design, decor, DIY, gardening, property finance and insurance, and so much more. For property-related news and advertising, contact My.NA at synergy.com.na and talk to the My.NA property team.
Let's get into our international news. A 90-year-old former bishop and outspoken critic of China's ruling Communist Party was found guilty on Friday on a charge relating to his role in a relief fund for Hong Kong's pro-democracy protests in 2019. Cardinal Joseph Zen and 5 others, including the contour pop singer Dennis Hu, contravened the society's ordinance by failing to register the new defunct 612 Humanitarian Relief Fund that was partly used to pay protesters legal and medical fees, the West Kowloon Magistrates Courts ruled. Now, the silver-haired cardinal, who appeared in court with a walking stick, and his co-defendants had all denied the charge. The case is considered a marker of political freedom in Hong Kong during an ongoing crackdown on the pro-democracy movement, and comes at a sensitive time for the Vatican, which is preparing to renew a controversial deal with Beijing over the appointment of bishops in China. Outside the court, Zen told reporters that he had hoped people wouldn't link his conviction to religious freedom. Just stick around for the weather right after the break.
Sport Wrap is a daily show focusing on all sport news and current affairs. If you would like to feature your brand or campaign on this platform, contact sportwrap@synergy.com.na.
Let's take a look at the weather predictions for the weekend. For tomorrow, a sunny and hot weather is expected in the north, with Anana on 35 degrees and Ruakana on 38 degrees. Partly sunny weather is expected along the coast, with a high of 19 degrees in Walvis Bay and 18 degrees in Henties Bay. On Sunday, sunny and hot weather is expected in the north, with Anana still on 36 degrees and Ruakana on 39 degrees. Partly sunny conditions is expected along the coast, with a high of 18 degrees in Walvis Bay and 18 degrees in Henties Bay. In the sports section tonight, we take a look at Modish Sports, who will host the second edition of its Pro Beach Games at the Long Beach.
Chill Sessions is an entertainment show that brings you the latest hit, fashion, and entertainment news. If you would like to feature your brand or campaign on this platform, contact chill@synergy.com.na. Chill Sessions, bringing art and entertainment to the people.
Getting into our sports, Deputy Minister of Sports Emma Kantema Gomez has heaped praise on Namib Desert Diamonds Namibia and the Namibia Hockey Union for working hard towards the development of hockey. Kantema Gomez said this during the official awarding of national colors of the Namibia Sports Commission. At the occasion, Namib Desert Diamonds announced a sponsorship commitment of $445,000 Namibian towards Namibia's hockey's 5S team set to compete at the Africa Cup of Nations tournament in Egypt from the 10th to the 15th December. Now, in our next story, the sports promotion and management company Modish Sports will host the second edition of its Pro Beach Games at Long Beach on 26 November. The winners of the volleyball competition will walk away with $3,000 Namibian. The soccer champions will pocket $4,000 Namibian. The winners of the tennis competition will receive $3,000 Namibian, and the rugby competition winners $4,000 Namibian. Now, Dep Marine Namibia Premiership action resumes this weekend as Marlene Garidemo's young African travel to the coast to face Blue Waters and 11 Arrows in what is expected to be feisty encounters. Young African are yet to secure points on the board but will be hopeful to cause an upset at the Jan Vulcan Stadium. Coach Marlene Garidemo has insisted that his team is capable of collecting points ahead of the match. Do stick around for the highlights right after this short break.
Tourismus Namibia is a weekly tourism show that brings you the latest news in the tourism industry and topics related to that. If you would like to feature your brand or campaign on this platform, contact tourismus@synergy.com.na for news and advertising related queries. Tourismus, bring the world to Namibia.
Namibia's hospitality is as vibrant as its people. Join the What's Cooking team as they travel the country cooking, chatting, and celebrating local personalities and the joy of food. If you think you have a standout offering, whether it's a restaurant, bar, pop-up event, or braai stand, get in touch with the What's Cooking team at cooking@synergy.com.na, and we will be there to show the world what's cooking. Programs air every Friday at 4 p.m. on all the NMH Facebook platforms, as well as on NTV, Dstv channel 285, and Gotv channel 94 at 9 p.m.
If you have just joined us, here are your news highlights. Since the last examination day for learners in grades 4 to 10, the 2nd of December, the Ministry of Education announced that the last school and hostel day would also be on that day. ANC's Lindiwe Zulu, who is also South Africa's Minister of Social Development, is in Namibia for the SWAPO Congress, and Dep Marine Namibia Premiership action resumes this weekend as Marlene Garidemo's young African travel to the coast to face Blue Waters and 11 Arrows in what is expected to be feisty encounters. And with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook on all the NMH platforms on weekdays, as well as on our website, oneuptwo.com. Sunset News screens on DSTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 94 every weekday from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. This has been Sunset News. Don't end your day without us.